Friends on the same thing. I'm just hoping they don't change. But all we know is chase some money. We would never chase these hoes. She like blimp, you acting fun. I told them focus on my goal. I'm a very important person, so I move like I'm chose. 2016, we was serving bags, eating plates from Joe. In the hood, shooting craps. I be trying to serve some J's. They be acting like they happy for you, but they look be fake.
Yo, what it do? Y'all see who I got with me, man. I got the mayor, Kent, and I got Ayana with me.
Period.
Hello, let's talk about it. What's going on, Mr. Man? I see you in my seat now.
But I'm in your seat, look.
How you feeling though?
Well, first, I'm happy that you invited me here.
Yes,
If I had known you were going to wear your hoodie, I would have.
You would put it on too? That's what I'm talking
I got 3 hoodies.
I see you brought the suit out, so you been
Yeah,
tripping now for sure.
well, you know, we had a job fair today.
Okay.
At the
So
local
did.
group complex.
How did it go?
Went quite well. Amazon was out there. We were trying to get folks hired. There's some temporary staff folks out there. A lot of people came. Looked like about 75 folks went through.
Okay.
And that's one of the things that we're trying to do is, man, with this Amazon, which is right down the street, and Coca-Cola's there, and Amazon Distribution Center, we're just trying to let people know that you have to apply. There are a lot of jobs available. They have jobs known as fiber splicers, something that I had never heard of. It works in the Amazon family. They train you. They pay $50,000 to $70,000 an hour.
Hey, I need to be behind that.
Yeah, I know. So we got to get the word out about these jobs, and so it's not just Amazon that's there, which is the data center that serves the entire southeast part of the United States, but you have the distribution center there. We also get in something like a Microsoft that's coming. So
they ain't playing.
So there are a lot of industries that are coming to Canton, but look, man, we've got to make sure that our folks get these jobs.
Right,
For an example, you have about 5,000 or 6,000 employees at Nissan, and I think we got about maybe 500 or 600 Cantonians, because most of the people are from all over the state, and some are even out of the state. So it's critically important that if you're going to come into our neighborhood, that Cantonians need to be hired, and they must be hired. So what we're in the process of doing now is actually having a meeting with the shakers and the movers to make these decisions about hiring local folks.
Right.
Now this is the deal. So our school, when I came, way before you were born.
Right.
Now,
I got you.
I don't know whether I should tell you the year.
It's all good. I understand. I'm older.
But when I came here in 1971, you were unborn.
My mom was just born.
And so, we were doing like D's and F's in the school.
Right.
Now, we've been a B for 2 consecutive years. So that's critically important. And why is that important? It's important because when you have a school with good grades, and matter of fact, each time we made the B, we were not that far from an A. And so if you have a school with good grades, people are attracted toward a community that has a school with great grades.
Makes sense.
But our problem now is that we didn't know all of this was, well, the state knew, but what we didn't know, that all of this development was coming. It was like boom, boom, bang.
Right.
And so we don't have the houses for people to move in.
Right.
We don't have the restaurants for people to go to.
Hello.
Which one you right?
And so we're like behind. And so we've got to develop relationships with developers, construction workers who come in and build the homes, and come in and put in these restaurants, come in and put in recreation programs, come in and put things for our children to do.
Right.
What happens here is that our kids don't have that much to do, particularly when you look at the kid from a toddler to 12 years to the 12th grade. And believe it or not, toddlers like to play. Okay? So we don't have any place for toddlers to stay, and I mean to play. So you have to have recreational programs that fit that age group, 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, and on up through the 12th grade.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a relationship between not having anything to do, and I'm not saying this, but when you live in a community that's not crowded, you have less crime. When you live in a community in which people have a lot to do, you have less crime.
Right.
And
Hello.
so,
For real.
and so, I have been talking now. If you go back and look at the record, I started in 2009 talking about two major projects.
Mm-hmm.
One was Walmart, which no one believed that it was coming. I got it here.
Most definitely.
And
he got it here.
Give
Give him his credit. He got it here.
We need that.
and,
We need that.
and the other one, my philosophy has always been, and look, don't y'all let me talk too much.
Oh man, hey, I'm listening. I'm trying to learn something.
So my philosophy was, why not Canton?
Why not?
Now that's very important to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Why not Canton, despite the fact that the annual income in Canton is $18,000 on an annualized basis.
Talk about it.
When you move out 10 miles out, it jumps up to 35.
There we go.
And when you move 20 miles out, it jumps up to 50. Okay, and so that means that we're surrounded by wealth, and we're in a poverty hole, where for the most part, street speaking, colloquially speaking, we ain't making a whole lot of money.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And so that's the whole and entire issue here, is that we have got to figure out a way as to how do we have, one, the best of schools, and how do we have the best of community, and how do we learn to respect each other in a sense of value in life. And what I mean by that is that there's a thing known as escalation, de-escalation.
Right.
And what that means is that you and I are pissed off with each other. We don't know how to control it. So now you beat me up.
Yeah.
Either I'm beating you up, one of the two. So we haven't really learned conflict resolution. So how do you resolve conflict? How do you keep from bang bang you're dead?
How you find common ground?
Okay, yeah. So we have to sort of like get away from that. In my generation, my philosophy is people my age and stage, we don't have to worry about the Klan killing us. We're killing ourselves.
Hello.
Okay.
For real.
And too much. I know about the goons over in Brandon and all of their stupidity and foolishness and sodomizing and raping this African American male, and doing these encrypted messages, denigrating and degrading black folks, and it finally got out. But the point of the matter is that we have got to do better in our community. And so my grandmama says life ain't gonna be but just so long. So you cannot make the same mistakes that I made when I was moving from my mother's womb, which is the day of my birth, to my father's tomb, which is the day I died. So the question is, did you try to help somebody? Did you try to clothe somebody? Did you try to feed somebody? Did you try to make life better for somebody? So what did you really do in your chapters as you move through chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 in life? And in the final analysis, and are you facing the final chapter now? And so what has to happen in this community, we have to understand that when we are born, that this is not all that there is.
Hello, let's talk about it.
This is not all that there is, because a lot of folks are under the impression that this is all that there is.
For real.
Just because you're born in poverty doesn't mean that poverty has to be born in you.
Come on now.
You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to be. In my case, there were 4 of us all with different dads. My brother drank himself to death. My youngest brother is blind and a double amputee. My sister's mentally retarded. My grandmama went to the 6th grade and sold moonshine. But here I am today.
The mayor of Kansas City.
And a doctor.
Hello.
And a doctor. On 2 clinics. Put that out there.
So what I'm saying to you is that when I was coming along, we hung the hog upside down
So you really big guy.
and split him down the center. We ate every damn thing that was on the
I
hog.
don't care what it is.
Yeah, what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Most of it.
And sometimes I would go to my aunt and everything on the table was from the land. And so what happened to me is that when I came here, I actually came here in 1971. Don't tell anybody.
I ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah, but I was supposed to have been here for like a period of 1 year. Then I was supposed to have gone to do surgery on the dog for 1 year and humans for 4 years. But it didn't work out that way. So, I came here and my main thing was giving speeches, getting people to vote. That was one of the things we were doing.
That's the main thing, yeah.
That I vote. And so, I ran for mayor in 1979.
Okay, how did that go?
I didn't know what I was doing. I ran.
You ran, though.
And Dr. W.L. Johnson also ran. And so what happens in life, Chris, is that you have to make a decision as to whether you're going to be a servant or not. And so when I first came in, we would treat people for their sugar and their high blood pressure, send them home, and they could still see the sky through their roof and the ground through their floor. So I asked the question, but what am I doing? Except making you medically better. But I'm not really doing that much for your culture, your spirituality, your sense of being and value, merit, and worth. And so I've always been in politics, even since birth. The day I was born, I wanted to go vote.
You trying to make a change, man. No, I'm talking about.
I couldn't even walk. But I go register and vote.
For real.
And so I've always been, and so what happens with me is that I'm able to put the two together because I decided I'd be a servant politically also. So it makes it real easy for me. A lot of people look at it as two different tracks, two different careers, but to me it's one career.
There you go.
It's really one career, and I find myself doing both. Somebody might call me for a prescription on the podcast, but we have to become different in this world today. We just can't become educated. We have to become educated warriors.
There you go.
There's a difference between a person who's educated and an educated warrior. An educated warrior reaches back and pulls those forward who are the least of these.
Hello.
The locked out, the shut out, and the put out. Those who have a voice, but we never hear them, and we never see them. And those who have eyes, but they just don't see. They just need a little push and a little help. That's your educated warrior, and that's what I am. I am an educated warrior. And usually when I meet people, they say, what's your name? I say, my name's Bill Trolley. They never know that I'm a doctor. They never know that I'm a mayor. I just say William Trolley.
Right.
Okay, yeah. And I don't want people to talk to me. They say, well, what you, I said, I just got out of prison. So
You already know. Hey, you know how I know.
so they leave me alone.
Right. I think I agree. Oh no, we can't say nothing.
I don't want to talk to you.
Not that cat there. Not that cat there.
But we look. Let me say something to you. We're not going to be Madison, and we're not going to be Canton. That's a concrete brick, aesthetically done, great planning. I enjoy how McGee has organized and structured his city, as well as Mayor Hawkins. Canton has been the county seat for quite some time. Those who were once in control of Canton during the days of yesteryear, the 40s and 50s and 60s and 70s, decided that Canton was going to stay the way it is.
What? So they the problem.
Yeah. You couldn't even vote.
I don't even know nothing about
All right? And so they decided that this is the way it's going to be. Because Canton historically has been what's known as a bedroom community. And in the bedroom community, you have the guardians of the gate. They decide who comes into the city and who stays out. And so the fear was when I bought Walmart here that it was going to destroy the economy of downtown. But it didn't do that. What's happened with downtown is that it's difficult for us to get our business folks downtown to have a keen eye for what folks are purchasing
Right.
and buying.
Right.
So you can't buy that New York cap in Canton downtown.
That's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can't buy that hoodie in Canton downtown. You got to go to Madison, Ridgeland, or somewhere else.
Right.
And so the whole culture has to change. If you look at Canton from the train depot, the train depot, right there where the railroad track is,
Okay.
you're standing there.
Oh yeah.
You're looking east all the way down to Union. You see a lot of buildings that's been looking like that before you.
For a long time.
Okay.
All your life.
Right. I'm saying all my life.
So this brings us into why we're really here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've always had an interest in what's known as revitalizing downtown.
Right.
It cannot continue to look the way it looked.
No.
We have to facade the front, facade the back. We have to red brick paver the streets.
Mm-hmm.
We have to create aesthetics.
They're gonna be
okay,
yeah, they gonna be
and
nice.
make people say wow when they come into our town.
Right.
So in order to do that,
Mm-hmm.
okay, in order to do that, you have to hire someone who is a specialist in that area.
Right.
And what that person does is that person is strictly responsible for the restructuring, repurposing, and doing a do-over for downtown. A makeover. And they do that in a lot of places like Oxford, Ocean Springs, and so forth. And so I'm bringing to the table.
Let's talk about it.
I'm bringing to the table Tuesday for the board to hire such person.
Who?
All right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're gonna have to, and they're gonna have to vote it up.
Mm-hmm.
I vote it down.
Ooh.
Okay?
Talk
And
about it.
so here's an individual who has said to me that look, I'm gonna charge you guys $65,000 a year. Okay? It sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
But she's gonna bring in 2 or 3 million
Right, for
There
real.
we
in
go.
grants.
That's
Hello.
called investment.
Okay?
Right.
And then she says, once I bring the grants in, y'all can take me off the salary.
Uh-oh.
And I pay myself.
Hello, baby.
So
Ooh.
we're gonna see what happens.
Mhm.
You know why? Because I am tired
Talk
of
about
us looking at downtown every day,
Right.
and all it takes is 4 votes. And
4
I
votes?
4
Nah.
votes.
Come on, Doc.
See, this is how it
God.
works.
Ooh.
Who
This
the
is
big
how
one?
it works. This
for a
is how it
second.
works.
Okay.
Ooh, I need for you to explain to our Cantonians that's watching, because they don't comprehend your role in the board role. They think you in control of every
Okay, well let me
single
explain that. I'm
And
glad
to
you.
Yeah.
piggyback, before you answer that, I want you to tell them why they are getting all of these jobs. Because a lot of them has talked about, we talk about bringing in, we talked to AutoZone, I believe, or one of these Coca-Cola plants and all that, right? So they're like, why we got all these plantations and why we don't got this stuff for the kids and why we don't got that? Explain to them why we don't have that.
But this is how it
It's
works.
not because of you.
Yeah, this is how it works.
Mhm.
Of course, I'm the mayor of the city, elected by the people,
Mhm.
and of course, each alderman happened to have been elected by the people. Okay, so let me tell you, let me tell you my responsibilities
Okay.
that's given to me not by me,
Not by you.
but given
Okay.
to me by the Mississippi legislature.
Okay.
Okay, all municipalities in the state of Mississippi
Mm-hmm.
function and operate by what's given to them by the Mississippi legislature.
Mhm.
So the Mississippi legislature says a city cannot do A, B, or D, then we can't do A, B, or D.
Oh, okay. They have.
Tell them
Okay.
again,
You
Doc.
just can't.
Look at
If a Mississippi legislature, which are those boards up there
Well.
in the state,
Wow.
Yeah.
the representatives and the senators, they create all these laws
Mhm.
and they attach. They call them 25, 13, 21.
Yeah,
They put all
okay.
these numbers to them
Mhm.
and say, oh, well, look up 25, 13, 21.
can't do it.
Look up 37, 58,
Right.
whatever. And so when you look those in which there are codes
Mhm.
and they give a description of what that code means.
Mhm.
So in my case, The state of Mississippi put me, not just me, but Eric Simmons over in Greenville,
Okay.
George Flagg, Lumumba, all these folks. And so they put me in charge of the city. In other words, I'm responsible for the day-to-day activities.
Okay.
I'm responsible for the employees.
Okay.
Now, the Board of Aldermen, and there's 7 of them,
Okay, the alderman.
they're responsible for demoting and promoting an
Okay.
employee. They're responsible for hiring and firing
Anybody in the city?
anybody in the city.
Okay, they
Any
work for the
employee.
city.
Work for the city.
Okay.
Okay? They're responsible for creating rules and regulations and laws by which we must abide.
Okay.
They're responsible for policy. Okay? So that's what they do.
Okay.
This is the problem. The municipal legislature has said to cities like Canton and like Madison and like Ridgeland that no board member can tell an employee what to do.
Ouch.
They cannot request, they cannot demand, they cannot instruct. Why? Because they're what's known as being a part of the legislative branch. They're the branch that make the law.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha.
I'm the branch that's in charge of everybody.
Okay.
They cannot transgress my authorities.
Okay.
They try to do it a lot.
They try to go against you a lot.
Right.
Okay.
And I have to take a stand.
Mm-hmm.
Because an alderman may say to you, if you're an employee, I want you to go and do A, B, and C. Well, they can't give you that. The only way that the alderman can give an employee instructions is that they have to be voted on and spread it across the minutes. So if I wanted to bring somebody in to revitalize and restructure and to make over downtown Canton, I can bring them in, but I can't hire them.
It's a
Okay.
process.
Because I don't have the state did not give me the authority.
Okay.
There's no law that allows a mayor
To do that.
to hire.
Okay.
All right? I cannot purchase equipment. I cannot purchase trucks. I cannot purchase garbage trucks, fire trucks, police cars.
What?
No, I
Who
can't
in
do
charge
that.
of that, Doc? Who in
That's
charge?
done by the alderman.
Tell them
Wow.
again.
Yeah, that's done by
That's
the
seven
alderman.
aldermen.
By the
Huh?
And it's 7 aldermen.
It's 7 aldermen, and it
Okay.
takes 4 to vote on it.
Right.
So I cannot go. You say, well, okay, you want these ditches cleaned out. I can say I want the ditches cleaned out, which is great. But the aldermen have to vote to pay for the person to clean the ditches out.
So they vote on everything that's going on.
That's right.
Give them
Anything and everything that has to do with
Crazy.
anything and
Give
everything
them a
that
better example,
Do what
Doc.
they
anything that has to do with money
Gotta go through them. That need 4 votes.
that has to go through 4 votes.
Man, that-
Okay?
Okay.
So that's basically the way it works.
Okay.
And so I've had a program on the table for about ever since 2009.
Okay. Since you've been in office.
Yeah, so let me explain it to you briefly. And it's a real simple program. So the reason I say why not Canton is because I say, why is it that Canton cannot have a convention center?
Hello.
Talk about that
Why
one.
not? Because we're right on the main artery. We have the most top flight cannabis projects in the state.
Uh-oh.
We got Coca-Cola, we got Amazon distribution, we got the Amazon website center, we got other businesses coming. So why not Canton? Gluckstadt is about to get 2 hotels.
What?
And the way they got them was in their package, they said that Nissan and Amazon will support the hotels. So what I'm saying to you is that I'm putting on the table that we ought to have a multipurpose complex. And in the multipurpose complex, whatever functions that can go on at Thalomar Hall can go on at this complex.
Thank you.
Like a 5,000-seater Coliseum.
And so we're not talking about
Okay.
the already built multi-purpose.
Yeah, we're not talking about one that's already built. I'm talking about a complex in which our children can go see the monster trucks, Disney on ice skating, volleyball, basketball, Charlie Wilson, Leonard Skinner,
Anything.
Country Wayne.
More than
It seems like I didn't know that.
I said he own it now.
Yeah, you know, and so you can have all of this entertainment, but not just entertainment, but under this complex are your bowling alleys, your theater,
Oh yeah.
as well as your skating rink.
We need.
Okay?
Yes,
And in this complex, if you want to have municipal facilities like a mayor's office, or if you want to have what's known as a what do they call it? I forgot what they call it. It's where you have a combination of police and fire and public works that responds to disasters. So you have all of this, but you can also have in this facility your cardiovascular, your ellipticals, your pelotons,
literally everything.
and you can have everything that exercise. You can have aquatics as well. So you know they say that we as African Americans don't know how to swim. You know we need to start training our children to do this. And so with all of these economic development projects coming, then we have to become prepared. And the facility can also be used as a shelter in case of
Some have been
floods,
claimed, right?
We've had
our
flood issues.
tornadoes.
Yeah.
But the most critical part of this facility that I keep talking about, and looks like no one hardly hears my voice, is the educational component.
Talk about
Now in the educational component, I might be able to work with Amazon. We'll see. But this is the deal. This is what you want to know, Chris.
Talk to me.
You want to know if your child is in the first grade, how your child matches up with other kids, not just in the nation, but in the world at the first grade level.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if your child is in the sixth grade, does my child match up with other kids in Czechoslovakia or India or the Ukraine or China or Russia or Taiwan and this mathematical data? Well, how do you do that? You do it with computers. You challenge kids with computer, virtual, and visual learning. You can actually learn why Johnny can't answer the question.
Yo, why?
Yeah.
Why? For real?
Yeah, why can't Johnny answer the
Don't
question?
get it.
And so this is an educational program that does not compete with what the schools are doing, the Kansas Central School District are doing, but it complements. You just saw the report down in Raleigh where that school, which is a small school, is the 5th ranking school in the state of Mississippi, which is an A school. So my point is, that's why I go back to the theme. This is not all that there is. There is more in life than what we perhaps might experience in this small town. There has to be a hunger. Our preachers have to preach to us and feed us spirituality. But we also have to be fed educationality. We have to be fed knowledge in order to navigate, in order to succeed. This is sadly to say, this is a cutthroat, dog-eat world out here.
It really is.
And you have to be equipped. The best protection that we have as African Americans today is knowledge.
Cause you know somebody wants you now.
Education, education.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Because in the face of ignorance, or in the face of knowledge, ignorance stands still.
Mm-hmm.
And stupidity behaves.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, definitely.
Nobody can take that away from you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't get into this bag about, well, Chris sounds white, he's acting white now. He got his PhD.
Come on now.
Well, hell, everybody not gonna have a PhD, but my philosophy is that I always say, if you don't have a PhD and you flipping hamburgers, that's fine, as long as you own a hamburger stand.
Mm.
You shining shoes.
Mm.
Do you own the shoe shine stand?
There it is.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And so that's kind of like where we are. We have a lot to do and a long ways to go in a short time to do it, because as my grandmama said, days are numbered. Time does not stand still.
Nobody.
So we need people like you, Avion, and all these other young folks to jump on this bridge and to move forward. Don't think that in life the only thing for you is what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now is spreading knowledge and information through me and through others. But that's not your only talent. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You have God-gifted talents that have unspoken and unheard and undone. You got to harness them and be an educated soldier and warrior, because there's not that many brothers and sisters out there like you.
Yeah.
That's the crazy.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You got a net you got to throw out and bring the brothers
Bring
and
them
sisters
in. Get them on. Get
Yeah.
them
That's how that works.
For real.
Yeah, and it makes it makes you feel good when you know when you can do that.
Both
It just makes you feel good. But look, I'm the mayor, but I'm not a king. I'm not Trump.
Let's talk about Trump. Trump just got he was guilty.
I'm not Trump, where I can do all things, and I'm not gonna lie to you. And so, but that's the way the city works. And at the end of the day, on all major decisions are made by the Board of Aldermen.
So the
And
board
there's 7
of
of them. Yeah, they're more powerful than the
Okay,
mayor.
thank you.
Yeah, because they make all the decisions.
You just throw it out there, the idea like
I
that,
throw it
and they
out
vote
there,
for it.
and they vote for it, or they vote against it.
Okay, so y'all can stop being mad at the mayor now. I'm gonna tell you right
Yeah.
now, they thought it was you.
No.
It's the alderman.
So
we need
the alderman makes decisions on whether we're gonna have new trucks, what the cost is gonna be,
We're gonna have events.
on events,
Gatherings.
whether you can use the multipurpose
What?
complex or
Talking about the
not.
Boys and Girls Club. They got
they make
a lot to do
decisions
with
as to
all
whether they're
that.
gonna
Okay,
invest
so
money
it's
in
the
the
alderman.
whether they're gonna invest money in the Boys and Girls Club or just what.
They forbidden did that.
Well, I understand that.
Mhm.
And what I'm saying is that you guys need to come to these meetings. You
about
can
it.
actually make a proposal
Uh-oh.
to the city.
Talk
So
about
like I'm
it.
the mayor, and I
And
did
you
give
can
an
make a
idea.
proposal. You said, look, I would like for you guys to take a serious look at putting basketball courts in section A, B, and D of the town.
And they have to
You
consider.
see what I'm saying?
What time are these meetings? What day?
Well, we have what's known as a work session
Okay,
Monday,
Monday.
and then we actually vote on stuff
Mm-hmm.
on a Tuesday, starting at 4:30.
4:30 p.m.
But you can call Dr. Shakana Anderson, who's the municipal clerk,
Mhm.
and tell her you want to be a speaker, you
Okay.
want to be a presenter. Anybody can do that.
Anybody.
And you can say, well, I would like for you guys to consider developing, get rid of the tennis courts we got, fix them up, make them better, and bring in new tennis courts so our children can be exposed to tennis.
Right.
Well, either they're gonna do it or they're not gonna do
It's
it.
just that simple.
Just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
But you know
That's all it
that
takes.
you put it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't had it in writing.
And put it in writing.
Put it in writing.
Yeah,
And
I want
respond.
somebody on this is how you do it now.
Mhm.
I want somebody on this board
To contact.
to make a motion at the next board meeting
Mm-hmm.
that
Okay.
whatever that is.
I got you.
And I help you write it.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, 'cause we always thought the man ain't do this, the man ain't do this.
Well,
It's always on the mail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens is that, everyone thinks that, it's the mayor because the mayor is the one who
the face of the
Face
city.
of
the face of the city. But it's the collection of the board members
Mm-hmm.
who actually have the power to make decisions about everything that goes on in the city of
That's
Kansas.
crazy.
That's the way the government is
4
set up.
votes.
4 votes.
I'm
We
still-
have 7. So this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So if 4 members, there's 7.
Okay.
Because that's 7.
Majority will agree on.
So if 4 members vote, let's say the 4 members vote that hairstylists
Huh?
cannot use red dye.
How you gonna feel about that?
Okay?
We
So they vote. Well, so 4 folks hold up their hand
Mm.
and say hairstylists in Canton can no longer use red dye. Well, now that's a law.
It's over.
Well, not really.
Okay,
How
okay.
it works is, if I don't like it as the mayor, I
Okay.
can come back and veto it, meaning I can overrule it.
Okay.
All right?
So how the overrule work?
But they can overrule me.
What?
See how that works.
We gonna all
They
day.
can come back and overrule me
Mm-hmm.
if they get 5 votes.
Okay.
See,
Okay,
if-
okay.
yeah.
But
But if they don't get 5 votes to overrule me,
you good.
then that law about red dye
Yeah.
not being used in hair salons
Okay, I got you now.
can't become a law.
Yeah.
Because I vetoed it.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you now.
Or if they vote and one happens to be missing and there's a 3-3 tie, then I can break that
You come
tie.
in. Okay.
Yeah.
You come
And
in.
so, but my position is mostly a day-to-day operation of the city, 2, being in charge of all municipal affairs, and 3, presenting problems that we need to correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but the wherever there is money to be used, the board has to vote for that correction. So if you need a road paved,
you gotta go through the board.
I can't go and say,
Give me that road.
pay
back.
that road out there.
Yeah.
I have to go to the board because money is involved.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to come out here, what's that, Old Jackson Road, I think?
Mhm.
They have to come out here and pave Old Jackson Road.
And they just did it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
They just did it.
yeah, so, well, I have to find out we did it if the county did it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're also in the county.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Look.
And so I check and see.
That's crazy.
But at any rate, so that's basically how it works. For an example,
Mm-hmm.
we're having ministers to come talk to us Monday
Mm-hmm.
about all of the violence
Right.
and the shooting and the senseless,
Oh yeah, that balance. Oh
and the
my God.
senseless killing. So you hire additional policemen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're going to hire additional policemen, I cannot hire additional policemen.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go through.
Only the board can hire additional policemen.
Come on, board.
Why? Because additional policemen cost money,
Right.
and they control all the money.
Did you
Right.
hear what
The
he
mayor
said?
does not control the
They
money.
control all
I want to know who the board. I
money.
want to know who the ultimate. is. The ultimate.
Okay, here they are here.
Okay.
It's public information.
Let me know. Yeah, let me know.
Yes.
Yeah, let me know.
Ward 1. It's Alderman Rodriguez Brown.
And all these above age 50.
No.
None.
They young?
No.
No.
Rodriguez
You
Brown
can
Rodriguez Brown is over there by Sisney, the Maris, parts of Northgate,
Okay, they-
Presidential
okay.
Quarters, Richard Circle,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
those type places. That's
That's one.
yeah. Fred Esco, Ward 2.
He used to be the mayor.
Used to be the mayor.
Okay, gotcha.
He is over there by Dinkins on one side. When you go down Dinkins, as you're walking down Dinkins off of off of the donut shop, off of Liberty, to your right is Ward 3, to your left is Ward 2.
Okay.
So from there all the way up to Dinkins is Ward 2, all the way down to 22 where the city hall is.
Gotcha.
Going up, it's a square.
Okay.
That's Ward 2. That's Fred Esco.
Okay.
Ward 3 is Les Penn.
I don't know.
Right.
You don't know Les
I
Penn.
never heard that name. Never heard that name.
It's Ward 3. The Links, Alice Scott Drive,
Okay.
Kathy Circle,
Okay.
Catherine Drive, Woodland, and some of the places out by the golf course.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ward 4
Mm-hmm.
is that's your ward.
That's
You
my-
sit in Ward 4. That's Marquis Blunt.
I don't know what that is.
You
Marquis
never mentioned
Blunt is the
Alderman.
alderman.
And you go phone? You ain't
Yeah.
never met him.
Marquis Blunt,
Interesting.
and that's Mount Levi is in that ward. Red Book Park is in
Okay.
that ward.
Okay.
What is it called? Greenwood, Coffins, Cowan, Jewel Williams,
I don't know.
coming off Dinkins.
Okay. Little back, little side.
Yeah, West Cameron Street. So
Yeah.
all of those folks. So that's Ward 4. Ward 5
Mm-hmm.
is Alderman Tim Taylor.
Never heard that name.
That's the project. That's Joe Pritchard Homes. That's
Understand.
Boyd Street.
Okay.
Ward of
okay.
George Washington.
He need to be there for real. That's exactly what he need to be.
So,
The
Ward,
ministers coming on Monday, right?
yeah, Ward
Pastors, so-
6 is Alderwoman Mon Gilkey.
So that's the only woman?
Yeah,
Okay.
she got all of them.
So it's
MLK,
men out here. Okay.
Isabella, parts of Isabella.
Brooklyn Mall area.
Which one? Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, all of that. That's Ward 6.
Okay.
And Ward 7 is coming all the way down Liberty, Cameron. It's over there by Willow and Oak.
He's
Willow.
talking about at the park.
Yeah, Mac Ride and all of that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay.
what- So I get the maps for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how the
crazy.
city-
And
is-
it's public information, right?
That's public
So they can
information.
find that with our
Anyway, the library.
You come to City Hall, we give it to you.
I ain't
interesting.
And there's
Them
now,
the people we need to be talking.
yeah, and so
Okay.
then there's what they call the King Ranch area.
Yeah, I got you.
So the King Ranch area consists of Camden is out there,
Dogwood.
Dogwood, Harrington, and all those. Then you got Marybella,
Okay.
Jody. There's a street named Jody.
Right.
Huh?
I said
Jody Drive, yeah.
Yeah,
Jody
yeah.
Drive,
So all of that is a mixture
That's
of
crazy.
4, 5, and 6.
Mm-hmm.
But at any rate, so what needs to happen is that if you want something, you have to ask.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of ways of asking. You can ask and you can also demand.
Hello.
The reason you demand, because what people don't understand is this. Let me say what you don't know, and you didn't know, but you know now. I'm really not my boss, but you are. You know why?
Talk about
Oh,
it.
there it is.
Yeah, because you are the people,
In the city.
and you are the people who put me in.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you are also the people who put each alderman in that ward in.
Let's
Mhm.
talk
You
about
pay their
it.
salaries, right?
Hello, yeah.
You pay taxes. The taxes that they pay are used to carry out the functions of the city. The taxes that you pay, she pays, and all employees pay are used to hire policemen, are used to hire firemen, are used to take care of services and goods of the city, are used to pay my salary and each alderman's salary. So you don't realize how powerful you are.
Talk
I'm
about
You see what I'm saying? Because you're actually our boss.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody ever told you that.
See,
So I'm waking up your power.
So
Hey,
they got
I'm
one
telling
job. They got one job.
when we see them police, man, hey, they don't treat them.
You pay the policeman salary.
They don't act like them. They don't act like them.
Well, you have a voice.
They'll take me to jail.
No, you have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people don't understand in government, not just Canton, but all over the nation.
Right.
That there's a thing known as the First Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
And the First Amendment allows the freedom of speech.
Sure
As
do.
long as the freedom of speech does not transgress into violence.
Mm-hmm.
But you have
I can say whatever I want to say.
yeah.
Okay.
You know, you may not. Well, you can say those MF words, but just be careful with
I
that.
got that.
But you have,
Treat it light.
you know. So you can share your opinion
Mm-hmm.
about what it is that you think, what needs to be done.
Mhm.
You can ask questions as to why it hasn't been done.
Right.
You have the right, to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want people to know, and all of those who are listening to this podcast, is that you're not powerless.
Oh.
You're not voiceless. You're not
You
speechless.
matter.
You're not deaf. You can hear. You can rise up. You can resurrect.
And
You can
say
speak. You can come to these meetings and change the direction in which we're going.
And how often the meeting is, Doc?
The meetings are every first of the week
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and every third week on a Monday and a
And a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So on
Oh,
the first week is on the Monday, and on the third week is on Tuesday.
The first week is on a Monday and a Tuesday. That's the work session.
Mhm.
We have a work session where we don't vote
Mm-hmm.
on a Monday. Then we come back Tuesday and we go through the entire agenda and we vote.
Okay.
And when we vote, we make rules, regulations, all of that. Who we're gonna pay, who we're not gonna pay. So then we come back again
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks later
On the third week.
on the third week
Mm-hmm.
and we do the same thing.
Okay.
But the citizens
That's it.
citizens have a voice because one does not recognize and realize that when you own a home or when you pay taxes, part of those monies that go to the city, when you pay your tag,
Mm-hmm.
that goes
Ooh,
to
Lord,
the-
don't talk
to
about
the-
that
to
tag.
the city.
Ouch.
And
Woo.
so you also have to remember that you pay school taxes too.
You pay all taxes.
Yeah,
It
you
is
pay
all
all
money.
taxes. So what I'm saying is that, so you have a voice
Mm-hmm.
in where we go
It's
educationally.
my money.
It's your money, yeah. At going down there, paying that, your taxes
Mm-hmm.
actually ends up paying teachers' salaries.
Right.
You see what I'm
That
saying?
makes sense.
Yeah. So the people have a voice.
Mm-hmm.
So what the people don't realize is that at the end of the day, I'm not your boss. You're my boss.
Alright, I got
You
it.
see what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Because I don't pay your salary.
Uh-oh. I
You pay
yours.
mine.
Yeah. So
And if you
listen.
if you can understand that,
Mm-hmm.
it'll make you a better citizen.
Yeah.
And that's why those citizens out there in Lake Caroline
Uh-oh. I
did
heard
not
about
want
that.
the service station out there. And they told some of those supervisors,
I heard about that.
they're the supervisor's boss.
Yeah.
The supervisor's not their boss.
I saw her.
And they
that.
told them without blinking an eye,
We don't want that.
we don't want that. And what did they do? Yes,
They did.
ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you won't get it then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what they gotta start doing, Doc?
Uh-oh.
You gotta show up.
You got to show up, you got to be
And you
involved.
can't just vote and just think that's
Well,
the end.
well, there's another dynamic here now because people are human
Yeah.
and people become despondent
Mm-hmm.
and depressed and distance themselves from the arena of politics
Mm-hmm.
because they don't see anything going on.
Uh-oh, let's talk about that. There it is. There
If
it
you don't
is.
see anything going on, like recreational programs for children, like job programs for, our kids,
Mm-hmm.
like nice restaurants,
I got one question.
like
We talking about
convention centers, and all of this stuff, something they can touch and see and feel,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to become despondent.
You're right.
And they're going to spend their money elsewhere because you're not giving
Right.
them a reason to spend their money with you. So when a Cantonian goes and spends his or her money elsewhere, that's sales taxes that the city of Canton is losing.
So,
Yes.
hey,
So you
Gotta
have
keep the money here.
you have to
Lots
give
of
people you have to give people a reason as to want to spend their money in your city.
Yeah.
And I keep saying to the business folks on the square and off the square, if you want people to walk into your business and purchase your goods, you have to have something in there that they want to buy.
It's just that simple.
Cause we don't want no flowers.
You see what I'm
All
saying?
boutiques and stuff.
Yeah, on the square,
Yeah.
man. Ain't got nothing for the young
Like,
folk, but
yeah.
except Jabran just got there.
That-
So before
There you
her,
go. That's-
Subway.
I'm
Valencia there too.
Subway.
Oh, it's
Okay,
fine.
I want to talk about who put that Burger King on 20. So you telling me the aldermen, they voted for that Burger King on 22.
Correct.
Get up out of here, man. Why
Yeah.
we don't want no doggone Burger King?
Well, you're gonna have to tell
I want
people.
Taco Bell too.
You're gonna have to tell
It's a
folks.
band.
But
It's
this
a
is the
band.
deal. This is what one of the aldermen always said.
Uh-huh.
Tim Taylor going forward. So you're gonna have to come to these meetings and tell these aldermen, including the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
okay? I'm a part of the decision-making process, but I can't vote.
Oh,
The state would not let me vote.
Mhm.
If the state would allow me to vote, I would vote.
I know,
Run
right.
out of there.
Yeah. And
Right.
so
That's
you,
crazy.
there's a such thing as advocacy.
Talk about it.
And advocacy means you're marching for something.
Mhm.
You're talking about something that the community wants and needs.
Yes.
And you need to bring those wants and needs to City Hall and let folks what it is, let folks know what the citizens want, what
Right.
the citizens need.
Mm-hmm.
And so
It's simple.
we can sit around at
Yeah.
that table. We can sit around at that table for like 4 years,
Until some.
and you all don't ever know what's going on.
Yeah.
At all. That be
And the
right
reason
there.
you don't know what's going on because there's no method of communication as to
Mhm.
what it is that we're doing.
What you working on?
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
for an example, we just got. People say I have the money, but I don't. We just got $26 million
Whoa.
to address flooding,
And can't this.
specifically in Canton.
Go on ahead, y'all.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
And what's happened, and there were a lot of people responsible for that. Congressman Thompson,
Love Benny.
Oh, Benny
Carl
Thompson.
Baines.
Love Benny.
He knows I'm trying to call his
Is that
name.
Carl
Paul
Baines?
Griffin, Gerald Stephen, what is supervisor, all those folks.
Mhm.
People in USDA. But at any rate,
That was up.
that money, it's been flooded in Canton for as long as we can remember.
Forever.
But this is the first time we've been this close.
Mhm.
Because what happens is the water comes from the south, because Canton is like New Orleans. It sits down below sea level and above, so water just flows. So we finally got some money to build covers and retention ponds to revert to redirect those floods
Mhm.
into something like a lake,
Mhm.
so they wouldn't flood the community.
Right.
Now we're applying for we're applying for monies in which you have local flooded areas,
Mhm.
like flooded areas like on Sisney, MLK, it floods all the
Right.
time. Dinkins
Dinkins.
and Liberty,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
flooded all
Right
the
around for me. I
time.
almost got
It just doesn't
Okay,
stop.
yeah.
hit my
So we're making progress, in those areas. But this is how it works. And so let me say this as to how cities make money.
Mhm.
So you're Cantonian,
Mhm.
so you make $10 a day. I'm not saying that's what you make, but I'm just
It's
$10 a day.
$10. I
But you got to take those $10
Mhm.
and purchase services and goods in order to survive, right?
Correct.
Which means that you got to get some extra money from somewhere
Yeah.
in order to improve your quality of life.
Hello.
Talk
Hello.
about it.
All right, and so the city receives monies from the state, from ad valorem taxes, from sales taxes, some monies from grants, which is actually not enough to do the kinds of things that we actually need to do. The only way that a city is going to generate income is that it has to have additional economic development projects, meaning that it has to have other businesses anchoring in Canton so that we can survive off of their sales taxes and their ad valorem taxes and the employees that they bring in. So that's the direction in which we are headed now. So we're looking at closing on a $20 million structure that is going up in the old industrial site on Covington. Used to be a manufacturing. They used to manufacture furniture over there. This other business going up in the old industrial site off of Covington. You know what I'm talking about?
Comes over behind the
Over there. It's
43.
That's right.
Oh,
Is Presto.
gotcha.
They're expanding. It's a $17 million project, and there are some other industries that are looking at
They got some stuff coming.
stuff that's coming. There's a guy named Maroon who is bringing in 300 homes, but we need more than 300
In
homes.
Canton, Mississippi?
Yeah, in Canton.
Go ahead,
And
Canton.
so,
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
so we're trying to move. We're not moving fast enough.
Hello, hey, I'm ready
We
to
have
see.
these archaic rules and regulations that we have to change, where if you tear down a house, you can't put another one in its place. That has to go.
It is crazy.
That's crazy. We have to find land for one developer who wants to put up 60 houses
You one
in one area.
Okay.
We got to get rid of these slumlords who's charging these folks these high rents.
Oh my.
But they
Uh
won't
oh.
fix up anything.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, they want
For real.
anything that goes broken. They
Yeah.
want the tenant to pay for it.
That's crazy.
So all of that's crazy. So we got a lot of changes to make. I think at the end of the day, our board members want to move forward.
Okay.
But for me, they're not moving fast enough.
Hello, there it is.
And I hope they hear my voice.
I hope that he
Because
knows
we
they
need to
did.
be making more progress than we're making in a city this size, because if not, I'm telling you right now, Gluckstadt is going to swallow us up.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
that stack is moving.
They grew.
They
every
moving.
All night.
every day.
Yes, it's something.
They don't meet every 2 weeks. They meet every day
Uh-oh.
to try to figure out
So basically, we got
How?
some lazy people.
how they can
Yeah,
get
up.
whatever they can get, or stop us from growing.
So,
That's
Mr.
just the way
Mayor,
it is. Yeah.
do you plan on running again?
Well, my wife said she's gonna do something. Fine.
Leave her. Leave her out of it. She innocent. She innocent. I'll
So
stick beside her. I'll stick beside her.
So you've been there since 2009 to 2024.
well, I lost the election to Arnett Bolden in 2013.
So I
Yeah, and he was the mayor then.
I was in high school.
And so in 2013, we commissioned some engineers to do an entire study called drainage improvement. And the purpose of that drainage improvement plan, and I still have it, was to go in and replace all of the collapsed drainage pipes, all of the collapsed stormwater pipes, to close up the ditches and put sidewalks on top of the ditches with drainage systems under.
Makes sense.
When I lost the election, they came in, the engineers who developed that plan, they fired him and hired a guy named Rudy Warnock, okay, whose trial is coming up.
What he do? Now what Mr. Rudy do?
That's a whole nother story.
Okay.
And,
For
you
another
know,
day.
And
Okay.
so what I'm saying is that you can get caught up in hiring friends
Hello. Yeah.
that can actually hurt the growth,
Hinder.
hinder the growth of a city.
Hey, it make
Because
perfect sense.
you hired a friend,
A friend, huh?
and so I think that we should have the philosophy where we hire the most qualified person.
Hello.
Yeah.
This is just this simple.
So there you are.
So what's some of the crazy stuff you've been through as the mayor?
Child.
Cause I really I feel like y'all bump heads a lot when they're
yeah.
four votes.
I think the craziest thing, and I think we're on I think the craziest thing are my aldermen, some of my aldermen thinking that they should be the mayor.
That's the problem.
You know,
Gotcha.
and so that has to be settled. And I'm the only person who was elected
Right.
by the people as the mayor.
Multiple times.
Everybody else was
Hello.
elected as alderman. But it's just human nature to want to be in control
Right.
of everything
Unfortunately.
and make decisions about everything. And so the final decisions are actually made by 4 people, because it takes 4 people to make a final decision. And so what I try to do is serve as a guiding light of making decisions in the right direction. Sometimes I'm successful, sometimes I'm not. I believe that sometimes when I put something forward to be voted on, it's going to be voted down.
Always.
Simply because it has William
Almost
Trudeau's name attached to it. And so I've just seen that, and that's just the way it is. But what happens in life is that when gates like that close, you just find an open gate somewhere else
Hello.
to get done what it is that you need done. And so I have faced so many challenges and so much negativity as I've gone from my mother's womb toward my father's too. And so you learn to face these challenges and face these difficult moments and adversities and not allow them to consume you. And I know a lot of folks think that I'm completely and totally consumed by adversity that may take place at City Hall, but it only makes me stronger and wiser. So I'm going to shut up and be quiet and let that.
Hey, I understood. I got you now. Like I say, everybody mad at the mayor.
Yeah.
It ain't even the mayor's fault.
Yeah.
It takes 4 votes.
It takes 4 votes.
So we need to be focused on them 7 aldermen.
Right.
That's the main thing.
Yeah,
That's because I say
Income.
we lack like education. You said we lack the knowledge of it. We don't know
the
that.
knowledge of it. And I think we need to do this. I think we need to do this more and talk about actually what was voted on at City Hall. What goes on at City Hall.
It'll be better.
Who voted for it? Who voted against
Yeah.
it?
Yes, we need that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need.
And,
That's what I just gonna say.
And of course,
We-
if you come
next
there,
year they gotta
you
track
can see with your own eyes
Right.
who voted for it, who
'Cause
voted
I'm
against
telling you right now.
Because we have the agenda and everything is there, and who
I
voted
got a
for
copy
this,
of one
who
if you
voted
want
for
to
that.
see it.
I want to see it. I like this.
Yeah,
I
but
like
I think that moving forward,
Uh,
the city of Canton has a great opportunity to be great.
opportunity.
To be great, and we can be great, and so the people have to make the correct decision.
I say it look like it really our fault.
How can
Yeah.
they do that? By
Well, you have an
checking
election every 4 years.
every 4
And
years.
so you guys will have to decide, you keep what you have.
Do we like what we got?
Or you like what you have, you keep what you have, or
Checking
you
their
switch
track
up.
record.
Yeah,
when you
and
vote.
so, I'm not gonna tell you who to vote for, who to vote against.
And
but,
it be,
but I am
I
gonna,
can't.
but I am gonna tell you that those seats don't belong to any one person.
Right.
Those seats really belong to the community.
There we go.
It belongs to the people, and the people make a decision as to who is going to represent them from their ward.
Exactly.
Who's gonna be their mayor, who's not gonna be their mayor. That's just the way it is. And it's like the people are gonna decide in the final analysis whether it's gonna be Trump as the president or whether it's gonna be Biden. And so I just encourage all of the folks that I know and who can hear my voice. If you think things are bad, let Trump become the president.
Man, we got to shoot, man. We're gonna have to shoot for real. We're gonna be shooting for a lot.
I ain't read the
It's just as
2025
simple
agenda.
Yeah. So, but what happens is that, you know, people talk about Biden's age, and of course, you know, he's up there in the age, but, you know, and you think about the debt forgiveness of students, you think about all of the monies that Biden and his administration submitted to municipalities all over the nation, the fight against COVID, the lives that were saved, so many. But don't get caught up in the smoke screen. This election has nothing to do about Biden's age. This election has to do with if Biden dies, Kamala Harris becomes the president of the United States. Who wants an African American black female? The country is not ready. They didn't want a white female. So you know the country does not want a black female.
Ooh, a black female.
Yeah.
Now.
So how do you counteract that? You counteract it by you have to go and vote. People have to go and vote.
And they restrict so many people from voting. A felony, you can't vote.
Well, it's about 6 or 7. If my wife would call in, I know she is listening. There's about 6 things that you can't vote. I think bigamy is still on there. Nobody's doing bigamy today. Fortune checks, it's still on there. Murder with a gun, just all kind of stuff. I try to get them for you so we can talk about them on your show.
Definitely.
If you know.
Put it in notes.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, I do that. But I've enjoyed this.
I learned a lot today.
Well, y'all should have look. You can't sit up here and let me talk for 90 minutes without stopping.
I love it.
That's just you.
That's not even fair.
Hey, look, I love Salmon Alderman. That's what we on them.
Yeah.
And we gonna go get
In
some.
the hood, shooting craps, I be trying to serve some J's. They be acting like they happy for you, but that love be fake.